And so this is the summary of the poem La Belle Dame Sans Merci by John Keats. These are the important points. This poem is a ballad written by John Keats in 1819. The title is borrowed from a 15th century poem La Belle Dame Sans Merci by Ellen Chartier. The title is in French language, which is translated into English as The Beautiful Lady Without Mercy. Keats wrote this poem after his brother Tom's death due to tuberculosis. The main theme of the poem is love, obsession, and death. So, this is the text of the poem. Oh, what can ail thee, night at arms, alone and palely loitering? The sedge has withered from the lake, and no birds sing. Oh, what can ail thee, night at arms, so haggard and so woe begone? The squirrel's granary is full, and the harvest is done. So, when the poem opens, the speaker addresses a knight and asks him about what is troubling him and why he looks upset and disappointed and is wandering alone near the lake where there is no green grass left and not a single bird is singing there. Again, the speaker wants to inquire about Knight's situation, who looks extremely upset and sad. The speaker says that it is the winter season and squirrel has collected its grains and even the harvesting is also done. But the knight is very much tired and miserable. I see a lily on thy brow, with anguish moist and fever dew, and on thy cheeks a fading rose, fast withered too. I met a lady in the maids, full beautiful, a fairy's child. Her hair was long, her foot was light, and her eyes were wild. So in the next line, speaker says that knight's forehead looks pale like a lily flower, and one can also notice pain and sweat on his forehead. It seems as if the knight is suffering from a fever. Next, he says that the rosy and bright color of his face is fading at a very fast speed. In the next line, the knight tells his story to the speaker, and he also tells the speaker about the reason behind his sickness. The knight says that he met a beautiful lady in the meadows, and she was extremely beautiful as if she was a fairy's child. She had long hair, fair feet, and passionate eyes. I made a garland for her hat, and bracelets too, and fragrant zone. She looked at me as she did love, and made sweet moan. I set her on my pacing steed, and nothing else saw all day long, for sidelong would she bend and sing a fairy's song. So in these lines, Knight says that he fell in love with her, and he even made a crown, bracelet, and a belt for her from flowers, stems, and leaves. The lady accepted his gifts and responded with love and affection. After that, he takes her along with him on his horse, and they spend the whole day with each other. She would also sing melodious songs for the knight by bending forward towards him. She found me roots of relish sweet and honey wild and manna dew, and sure in language strange she said, I love thee true. She took me to her elfin grot, and there she wept and sighed full sore, and there I shut her wild, wild eyes with kisses for. So in the next lines, Knight says that the lady even gave him tasty roots to eat, and honey of wild bees, and sweet gum of manna ash. Then she said to him that she loved him truly, although her language was different, but the knight was able to understand what she said. Next, she took him to a small cave where she wept loudly. Maybe she expressed her love for the knight through her tears. So the knight then kissed her 4 times in order to console her, and he made her eyes shut. And there she lulled me asleep, and there I dreamed. Ah, woe betide, the latest dream I ever dreamt. On the cold hillside, I saw pale kings and princes too, pale warriors, death pale were they all. They cried, La belle dame sans mercy, thee hath in thrall. So, in the next lines, the knight says that the lady made him sleep, and the knight saw a horrible dream, and he grew pale with fear. In his dream, he saw pale kings, princes, and warriors, and he also noticed death like appearance on their faces. So these princes, warriors, and kings informed the knight that the beautiful lady without mercy had taken him as her prisoner. I saw their starved lips in the gloom, with horrid warning gaped wide, and I awoke and found me here on the cold hillside. And this is why I sojourn here, alone and palely loitering, though the sage is withered from the lake and no bird sing. So in these lines, Knight says that he noticed their love starved lips warning him about the bad situation in which he had got stuck. Then the knight woke up and found himself in the cave on the cold hillside. Next, the knight tells the speaker that this is the reason why he wanders alone along the lake where there is no grass and where there is no bird singing a song. And he is in a miserable condition. And here the poem ends.